Good afternoon, friends of trader. Welcome to Market Recap. I am Dan Hodgman. It is Tuesday, January 26th. I hope you guys are all having a spectacular day so far. I gotta say, I'm having a great time. I am hanging out here in Colorado. Decided to work a little bit today, so I get to join you guys here on the recap. And Gosh, what an exciting day. Now, I'm not talking about the markets that we look at regularly. I'm talking about this GameStop. It's been the talk of the town for the last, gosh, I don't even know how long, week or so. Wall Street bets, everywhere they're talking about it, up another 80, 90% today, rallied up to $140 a share. Unbelievable seeing that happen. I will apologize in advance here. My internet has been in and out today, so I think I've got some okay internet. I wish I could open the windows and show you guys, but you can't see. It's a whiteout out there. I'm up in the mountains. But, man, it's nice to get away every so often, and it's awesome to be able to work from wherever I'm at now. I want to say hello to Felix. Felix, glad we were able to touch base today. I look forward to chatting with you next week. And Mr. Shine's Mystery Channel, good to see you as well. It looks like our comments are working here, unlike they were on the coach's playbook. James as well, good to see you. Magnum, good afternoon. Rough one. In my camp, got to really stick to my rules and stop being a knucklehead. You know what? You're spot on. Don't be a knucklehead. Be smart. Remember, our rules are there for a reason. They are there to keep us in check, keep us in line, keep us in guide with what exactly we're doing, especially when the markets are acting the way they do. Equity markets relatively quiet. We broke here in the S&Ps. Nasdaq was dead flat. Some good opportunity, though, across the boards. I don't have my charts to share today. Like I said, I'm out of town one day this week that we're working from out here, so I just wanted to hop in and make sure we were able to touch base on everything. So we have some stuff going on around the world. We have introduced a bill for $15 minimum wage federally across the United States. We'll see what happens with that. Keep an eye on that stuff. Do some research, and we'll keep a close eye on that. We got Microsoft earnings coming in here this afternoon, as are Starbucks. So it is earnings season, guys. It is a new year. Earnings are going to start rolling in. We want to keep an eye on those things. Really important to keep an eye on those things. Big tech's earnings are coming around the corner as well. So really quick, let's just kind of touch on our markets here today so I can get an idea of them. Here we go. So like we said, crude oil opened up this morning. We had some opportunity slightly in that market. Really, we opened up just above settlement price. We ran down to settlement price. And remember, settlement, we look at that for two different reasons. And two things are going to happen. It's going to be a springboard. That market's going to come down to it, touch settlement price, and rally back higher. Or it's going to become an accelerant. The market's going to hit settlement price and continue in that direction. Pretty exacerbated, and that's what we saw here today. That one accelerated down to the overnight consolidation, really gave some nice opportunity there. S&Ps, really quiet day across the board. We broke off of all-time highs, and it was a slow move down to some consolidation we saw during that London session. That's where this market moved down to, rallied back up just a little bit through settlement price, and then again back down to that price. But really tight day there. Took one trade. We took a short up at 51, wrote it down, about 9 handles, and locked in some profits and moved on from that one. So really a tough day to trade that market. Nasdaq, on the other hand, all right, earnings are coming in. Nasdaq seems to be happy. That is skyrocketing here right now. For the most part, Nasdaq just floated at settlement. All it was doing, waiting for earnings this afternoon. And now we're seeing them come through. I'll take a look at those here in just a second and see if we can get an idea of what happened. Next, we're looking at gold. Gold opened up this morning at settlement price. Could not accelerate through, right? Well, that's what we were talking about. We're either going to see that market push right through settles and continue in a direction, or settlement price is going to become that springboard. That's what it was here today. Gold rallied in the overnight session right up to settlements. That's where we opened up, and it sprung lower. So it touched and broke back down. That's what we had there. And looking at the euro did the exact same thing. Opened up higher, broke down to settlement price to the stinking tick, and rallied higher from there. Now, euro saw that same little sell-off, but didn't make it all the way to settlement price. Actually, where it moved to was VWAP. It came right down to that volume-weighted average price, bounced off of there, and came back and checked those overnight highs. So markets were actionable today. You got to be thinking technical here today. Really important to keep an eye on that stuff, which I'm glad I'm talking about technical analysis. Check out the podcast. It's coming out on Thursday. We just recorded that a few moments ago. We talked about technical analysis, and it was a really fun conversation. And little insight to what we talked about really was this idea of, as day traders, we want to apply fundamentals and technical analysis together. We want to utilize the two to be successful in this. I think when you're looking at day trading, technical analysis is extremely important, but to have those fundamentals as well. You can't just trade day trading based off of fundamentals because your entries and exits are really going to struggle. But if you can balance the two, it's really going to set you up. And that's a lot of times what we're talking about here on the forecast and recap. We're looking at technicals. We're looking at fundamentals. We're saying here's how this market could react based off of fundamentals. And then here's the technical analysis that we can utilize to look at to trade and execute at those prices. All right. Tanya, Dan on my side of the country. I am for the next about 24 hours, and then I'm heading back to Chicago. Short trip for me, but I think I'm going to be coming back in the next couple months. James, I'm sorry that was the same for you. Bachnak, good afternoon to you. Oliver, good to see you. Yep, NQ, all-time highs out of nowhere. Well, earnings are coming in. Let's see if I've got anything. Starbucks tops earnings as U.S. recovery, even as the U.S. recovery was hurt by COVID surge. So we've got that one going on. LT, good to see you. Yeah, holy smokes is right, Magnum. I mean, Nasdaq really is taking off. Are we still going? I'm working off of one simple computer here. Normally, I got like 9 different monitors. Life's easy. Like I said, only one day of working. So, yep, we're continue to go higher. Glad I'm not a part of that one. You never know. When those moves happen, we tend to miss those ones, or we're not a part of it, and then you're chasing. Tesla. Like we said, we're going to continue to keep an eye on Tesla. Tesla's up at $883 a share. VIX, relatively flat. We're just floating that 23. We're still up from last year at this time, so that's good. If you recall, last year at this time, we were starting to hear murmurs about this COVID thing. But for the most part, markets and VIX the markets were fine, and the VIX was relatively low. Now, this year, remember, we're talking about a couple different things. We're talking about Bitcoin. We're going to keep an eye on that. We're going to keep an eye on Airbnb. And Airbnb, holy cow, we're making money in that one. I don't have my numbers with me. I think we bought it around 143 or 148 a share. Trading 192.75 right now, so we're making some good money there. And let's take a quick glance where we're at in Bitcoin. Last I looked, we were down on the day, and it looks like we are down a little over $2,000. $32,000 a coin is where Bitcoin's at the moment. I think we bought that right around $34,000. Again, I don't have those figures with me. We'll be checking back on those later this week. But we are definitely down money in that. So we're up in Airbnb, down a little bit in Bitcoin. We got a long year ahead of us. We'll continue to keep an eye on what goes on over there. All right. Let's see here. Taurus, good to see you. Bulldozer. I haven't seen your name here. Glad to see you there. Long time. Hope everyone's safe. Absolutely. Taurus, good to see you. Always coming in for the thumbs up. I love it. Thank you very much. Lemur, what website are you pulling earning report numbers from? A couple different places to look at earnings. I tend to look at investing.com. You go to investing.com, and right up at the top, there's always a section. I think it goes economic calendar first, and then it goes earnings second. So those ones I'm always paying attention to. Yep, level 2 at Tesla coming as well. All right, guys. One last thing. Let's take a look at what happened on this date in history. First one, it is the 1-year anniversary of the loss of Kobe Bryant, number 24. Continue to keep his family in our thoughts. And on the upbeat side, this date, 1986, Chicago Bears won the Super Bowl. The last time we had a chance to win the Super Bowl, or we won the Super Bowl, back in 1986 over the New England Patriots. We've all heard about those 85 Bears, so that one's kind of fun to see. All right, guys, on that note, nope, Tanya, no stops. We're just having fun. It's a good way to keep an eye on those prices. We're just going to have some fun with it and say, here's what happens if we would have bought this one on the first of the year and sold it on the last of the year. So we'll just keep an eye on it. We're having fun with it. It's always fun to have a reason to watch certain stocks over time to see how they do, how do they perform, and maybe that's something that we can use down the road for some sort of our own investing strategies. Sounds good, L2, LT. Look forward to seeing that email. All right, guys. On that note, I'm going to sign out of here. Don't forget, John will be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. If you haven't already, go check out Coach's Playbook. It is tax season. They're right around the corner. We talked a little bit about taxes, so make sure you check that one out. And I'm going to sign on out. I'm going to go enjoy some snow and get out and enjoy the views here in Colorado. On that note, you guys have a spectacular evening. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Trade smart, trade well. I look forward to seeing all you guys in the markets. Take care, everybody.